I'm Jan, and Tracy is behind the camera, and we are in room 14322 on the Virgin Valiant Lady. Now, this is what they call a sea terrace room, also known as a balcony pretty much on any other ship. Now, as you come in, you see it's actually very spacious. You have some kind of purples or mauves and some grays in the color. It actually feels pretty spacious. Now, in the living area, which we're in here, you have this small vanity. Underneath this vanity, what you have is a small stool, and then up top you have a nice sized mirror that which you can be able to get ready with. And then you have to the left, you have two 110s, one 220 outlet, and you have two USB-As. However, one of those USB-As actually goes to the charging station for the iPad. This iPad, by the way, is a way in which you can control the TV, which Tracy will show you in a moment, as well as your temperature control, as well as the lighting in the room is all from this area here. Now, to the left of the vanity, you have a mini fridge and two shelves. The mini fridge is not stocked, but it's there for your use. And above that, you have a beverage tray, which has a couple of glasses, bottle opener, and a couple of bottles of water, which your room steward will fill throughout the day. Now, across in the vanity, you have a nice little comfortable chair here for your relaxation. And then you have, again, you have two additional USB-As and a 110 outlet.
So then we move into the bedroom part of the suite, and this is where you have a queen size bed. It's a little bit lower down than we're used to, and it means that we'll probably have to unpack our suitcases and lay them open flat versus being able to stick them all the way under. And the mattress is a little bit more firm for me than my taste, so we have asked for a mattress topper from our room steward. On both sides of the room have lights fixtures that you can control the lights in the room, and on the one closest to the door, to the window, you do have two USBs and a plug. They do have these little cocktail tables that move around, and they have a little one on the other side. And then immediately in front of the bed, you do have the television, and that is controlled by the iPad. One of the other things that we thought was really interesting is this box here. The box is actually set there because it becomes the base of another twin bed should the room configuration change. And once we kind of looked at where the plugs are, that kind of makes sense.
All right, so unfortunately, there's not a lot of storage in this room. I pointed out the two shelves that are underneath the vanity. By the way, the base that Tracy was talking about, that platform thing, there is a large drawer which you can open, although that's being used by the steward for linens. I guess you can take that out. But then you have the closet here. Now, the closet has a decent amount of hanging space. However, you only have a total of 4 drawers. You do have a couple shelves, one above the safe and then one below, and then you have one below the drawers. By the way, below the one below the drawers, you have a basket, as well as the top shelf that goes over the hanging space. Both of those actually have baskets to be able to keep your things together.
We move into the bathroom area. So this is kind of a neat setup that they have here. It's very well lit. So you have nice lit up mirrors here, but there are no outlets. So you'd end up having to get your hair ready and stuff out there, but you could put your makeup on here, and there is plenty of space here to put your cosmetics and toiletries. And then what they do here different that we haven't seen in a lot of other ships is the bathroom, the toilet is separate from the shower. So you have like a door here that goes into the toilet, and then you have a pretty decent sized shower that comes with toiletries.
All right, so it looks like a bit of storm here in Miami, but obviously the reason we're out here is to be able to show you the balcony. It's a decent sized balcony. It does have these 2 chairs that are metal chairs and a very small table. This would not be sufficient to do alfresco room service, but it's good for maybe your morning coffee or maybe a cocktail in the evening. One of the things that is unique to Virgin is the hammocks, which aren't actually really hammocks. They're actually not wide enough to fully lay down in. Think of them more as a reclining swing. All right, so that is room 14322 on the Virgin Valiant Lady. Go and watch this video to continue with our adventures, and as always, keep on traveling.